You think you're quiet, but people are actually watching you more than you think. Not everyone that is powerful is loud. And if you relate to this video, you might actually be more powerful than you think. There's a certain type of person that people don't always understand right away. They're not loud, they're not constantly talking, they're not always trying to be center of attention. But somehow people still notice them. People still respect them. And if that sounds like you might have something called quiet power. And the craziest part is you probably don't even realize it. One sign that you have quiet power is that people watch you, even when you're not even doing anything. You might catch people looking at you or noticing you when you walk into a room. And you're confused because you're thinking like, I'm literally just minding my own business. But that's exactly why. You're not performing, you're not trying to impress anyone. That naturally grounded energy draws people in. Another sign is people assume things about you that aren't actually true. They might think that you're intimidating, they might think that you're mean, they might think that you're stuck up, when in reality, you're just quiet. But when you don't overshare, people fill in the blanks themselves. And that mystery makes your presence powerful. You don't feel the need to talk all the time. You're completely comfortable in silence. You don't feel awkward when things get quiet, and you don't rush to fill in gaps in every conversation. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with, because silence forces people to sit with themselves, and not everyone is comfortable in doing that, but you are. Another sign is we observe before we speak. You don't just talk just to talk. You listen, you watch, and you take in everything first. And when you finally do speak, people listen because your words actually mean something. You're not just adding noise, you're adding value. You don't chase attention. You're not doing things to be seen. You're not trying to prove anything to anyone. You move how you move regardless who's watching. And ironically, that's what makes people pay attention to you, because real energy doesn't beg to be noticed. It just is. And even if you don't say much, people remember you. They remember your presence, they remember your energy, and they remember how you carried yourself. You stood out without trying to, and that's rare. You protect your energy. You don't give everyone access to you. You're selective with your time, you're selective with your words, and you're selective to who you open up to. And that's not being closed off. That's having boundaries. And boundaries are a form of self-respect. So if you relate to these signs, I need you to understand something. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not too quiet. You're not too shy. You're not too reserved. You just move differently. And in a world of noise, that's your advantage. Stop trying to be louder to fit into spaces that just were never meant for you. Stop thinking that you have to change in order to be accepted. Because the same thing that people misunderstand about you is the same thing that makes you powerful. So own it, because quiet power is still power. See you in the next one.